Thanks again for joining us. A medical facility worth about $40 million is headed to Golden Valley. Baxter International's kidney care division is looking to build its new R&D facility. It ended up choosing Golden Valley over a location in Chicago. The new facility is planned for a vacant building on General Mills Boulevard. The city says Baxter has not yet filed paperwork to become the end user, but the city approved a permit allowing for a laboratory at the site earlier this year. Baxter says state financial incentives will help pay for the remodel and create 70 new jobs. Brooklyn Park police are reminding homeowners to lock their doors after a prowler was spotted peering into homes and in one case was inside a home while armed. In that case, police were called to a home in the 1700 block of 73rd Avenue North. Police say the homeowners got home, then found a burglar inside. That man fled after pointing his gun at them. According to police, the burglar is described as a black male, 5'9" to 10 inches tall, with a skinny build and beard-style facial hair. Police say a man of similar description was spotted earlier less than half a mile away, as well in nearby Brooklyn Center. A shuttered tire shop in Brooklyn Center now has a second life as a state-run vehicle inspection site.
The primary thing that Minnesotans will see here is that if they purchase a vehicle that was declared a total loss by an insurance company, they can have confidence that it was repaired legally through the inspections that we do.
State officials were in Brooklyn Center Friday morning to celebrate the grand opening of the Brooklyn Center Vehicle Inspection Site. The building was formerly home to Big O Tires. The state signed a 10-year lease for the property to help expand vehicle inspection capacity in the metro. Sales of salvage vehicles increased significantly during the pandemic, and those vehicles require a state inspection.
We have a number of salvage vehicles in the state of Minnesota that need attention. We want to ensure that Minnesotans are safe and those who are driving these vehicles are safe. So to have the opportunity on a timely basis to be able to get in, to do those inspections, to ensure that they are safe with the proper parts on those vehicles, that they're safe for all Minnesotans, I think is imperative.
The Brooklyn Center Vehicle Inspection Site is the largest in Minnesota. An Osseo school board meeting got contentious this week over a debate on book bans. District residents have asked for several books to be removed from school libraries in recent years. The school policy does allow any district resident to ask for a book to be removed from library circulation. But the policy also raised questions of representation for marginalized communities in school libraries.
Today it's being proposed that we give the exact opposite message to residents, that their voice doesn't matter in this process. So we'll take your money, but your voice doesn't matter.
Why would they need to come to the school board unless it is part of a concerted, coordinated effort to remove books from our system, to ban marginalized identities?
The board voted 4-2 to slightly revise its book removal policy. You can view it on our website at ccxmedia.org. This weekend, Brooklyn Park is distributing trees as a part of its annual tree sale. And I learned each one is sold at a big discount for a big impact. The end of October is the perfect time to spot the fall foliage.
That's some trees! Woo!
One unlikely spot to get an eyeful,
if I can get it, there we go,
is the Brooklyn Park Public Works parking lot.
And voila, trees!
Where Megan Crystal and her coworkers unload truckfuls of trees.
Decent amount heavier.
Happily.
It's just kind of a piece of transforming lives and landscapes, which is our mission.
The Brooklyn Park tree sale ran for about a month. Neighbors could buy one of these trees for a big discount. That's thanks to grant funding and a local nonprofit program.
These can market upwards of like $200, whereas with the subsidized funding and grant source, it's at $40 a tree. So it just really is about opening up accessibility.
Crystal's part of Tree Trust, whose work is focused on building up the tree canopy and building up the community in the process.
Always a fun time.
She says these trees do more than filter the air we breathe.
Like something that really has drawn me to the work is like the mental health benefits. Crime is reduced on like areas that have like higher tree canopy. It just makes people happier.
This sales season, about 150 trees were sold.
Right, we got a new one.
There are 15 different species going out into the city on Saturday.
Making sure that people, like even in the city, get to experience that green that, you know, you go up north, you see it everywhere, like nature's everywhere. But I feel like sometimes in the cities you don't get that.
And even after all the heavy lifting, nothing makes this group happier than a lot full of trees. There's a map available of the Twin Cities area tree canopy levels, so you can check out how adding trees could benefit your neighborhood. We'll share that also at ccxmedia.org. In Plymouth, something mysterious is in the air at Urban Air. Spider webs and skeletons have taken over at Urban Air Adventure Park. That location is getting ready for its inaugural Scare in the Air event on Tuesday night.
We're gonna have trick-or-treating, we're gonna have crafts, we're gonna have treats, and just a lot of family fun for everyone.
Families are encouraged to dress up, and there's a costume contest to boot. Again, it takes place Tuesday, October 29th from 5 until 9 that evening. Meanwhile, there's something strange brewing in Golden Valley. Under Pressure Brewing is hosting a Halloween-themed arts and crafts show on Sunday. They call it the Mayhem and Mischief Art, Craft, and Oddities Show. You'll find all sorts of fall treasures made by local artists, from creative crafts to those that are downright ghoulish.
We have all different artists and crafters and some odd things in, all types of jewelry, leatherworks, wood art, clocks, art prints, diamond art, yarn creatures, spooky things, jewelry, custom knife art, petware and accessories, fall treats and sweets, and some canned products also. Some are a little spicy too.
And speaking of spicy, Under Pressure is also brewing up something unusual, from a scorpion pepper beer to a bloody orange cream ale. The event Sunday is from noon to 4.
Champlin Park Volleyball has been ranked at or near the top of the state Class 4A rankings all season. The Rebels look to take a step closer to the state tournament when they hosted the Section 5 4A semifinals Thursday night.
The Orioles seeded fourth in Section 5 4A, meeting the top-seeded Rebels in the team's first meeting since 2020. First set, Reese Axness sets the ball to Lucy Howe, and the middle hitter attacks for a point. And the Rebels jump out to an 8-1 first set lead. Jade Evans had 7 kills in the opening set for Osseo, including this attack that goes off hands and down for a point. But Champlin Park has enough of a lead to still win comfortably. Axness, this time to Catherine Adler, and she gets the kill to end the set. Rebels win 25-14. Second set was pretty much all Champlin Park from start to finish. Axness sets to Carly Gilk, who gets the kill, putting the Rebels up 10-2. Later, Gilk with a nice dig and pass to Axness, who again sets Adler, and the senior drives home another ball for a kill. Champlin Park takes set 2, 25-6. And they close out the match in 3. Axness with a quick touch set to Kira Bellison, who scores the point. As Champlin Park goes on to win set 3, 25-15. The Rebels are now 27-3 in the season and will play for the section title Wednesday at 7 p.m. at Osseo High School.
The Wayzata and Maple Grove volleyball teams met during the regular season, with the Crimson winning in 4 sets. A lot more was on the line Thursday in the Section 5 4A semifinals.
The Trojans, 4-time defending state champions, only the number 3 seed in sections this year, though, meeting up with the second-seeded Crimson. Set 1 and an overpass by Maple Grove leads to an easy tip for Wayzata's Eva Swenson, who scores the point. Trojans up 8-4 in what would be their biggest lead of the night. Later in set 1, a big block in the middle for Maple Grove's Avery Quam. Crimson up 2 at 14-12. Then it's McKinley Hartle setting to Marta Haugen, whose hit goes off hands and out for a point. Maple Grove takes the first set 25-20. Set 2, Ginny Schuler sets the ball across to Casey Schulte for the big swing and kill. The sophomore puts the Crimson up 7-3. And later, when Nysa Allen blocks the Wayzata attack, it's set point for Maple Grove, and they win the second set 25-21. Wayzata trying to extend the match and its season in set 3. Ellie Osowski with the kill for the Trojans. But this is Maple Grove's night. Hartle delivers an ace serve late as Maple Grove wins 25-17 to sweep Wayzata out of the playoffs and send Maple Grove to the section final against Champlin Park.
Several local teams and runners were hoping to punch their ticket to the state Class 3A cross-country meet on Thursday. Chaz Moots has highlights from the boys and girls Section 5 3A championships.
4 local boys teams competing: Maple Grove, Osseo, Champlin Park, and Park Center at Anoka High School. The top 2 teams advance to the state meet next week, along with the top 7 individual runners not on those top 2 teams. Maple Grove's Gannon Farrens, the top local runner, he clocked a 15:59, good for 3rd overall. Finishing both with a time of 16:09, a duo of Champlin Park Rebels, Zachariah Mohammed and Blake Frazier, 5th and 6th overall. Osceo's Quinlan Runquist crosses the finish line at 16:14, 9th overall, and a trip to state for the senior. Right behind him was Champlin Park's Caleb Osterberg, Park Center's Blake Beaver, and the Rebels' Will Maher. They all qualify for state. In total, 7 local runners will run in the state meet led by the Crimson's Farrens. On the girls' side, Maple Grove, Champlin Park, and Osseo all competing and looking for a spot in next week's state meet. Champlin Park's Abby Hibbs ends up in 2nd overall. She clocked a time of 18 minutes, 43 seconds. In 5th place was April Watson of Maple Grove. She finished with a 19:01 time. 3 other Crimson runners also qualified for the state meet. Kelsey Young ran a 19:38, taking 10th overall. Dakota Locks was 3 spots behind her, finishing 13th with a time of 19:53. And Kelsey Olson placed 15th with a time of 19:59. In Anoka, Chaz Moots, CCX Sports.
Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.